Greetings to you all, and welcome back to Let's Play Advance Wars. What shall we do, Sonia? Well, I got the first word right. This is Sonia, Kanbei's daughter. Sonia is different from Kanbei in one important fact. Her units are nowhere near as strong. However, from a plot point of view, Sonia is all about the tactics, the facts, the planning. Kanbei is all about the strength, the power, the force. Their powers combined, they're very strong. But Kanbei, he is a fool. Sonia is smart. That's the dynamic we got going between these two. Sonia's a bit insulting. This is a pretty big force for us, okay? I take it back, Kanbei's a genius. We don't need to deploy in an area with secured bases. Kanbei's in there. He's got more units he can't lose. Who is going to take on this incredible man? Andy, don't... What kind of comment is this? You know you're killing these people, right? Whatever. Max. You need to calm down that temper of yours. I'm not sending you onto the battlefield. Sammy? That's the right attitude. Let's do it, Sammy. You have the command. I mean, technically I have command, but I'm using your units, if that makes sense. Any excuse to listen to this theme. Well spotted. Also, when did Nell get here? Alright, Sammy, no need for the cockiness. But welcome to this mission. You can probably already tell what the gimmick here is, but, you know, I'll state it verbally, just in case. This is us. This is our territory. This is what we thought was a suitable army for invading Yellow Comet, for some reason. Not many units, but we do have 3 bases. Very nice. And a headquarters that we established very quickly. Kanbei, look at his forces. Firstly, remember he has the best units in the game. Then remember he's got rockets, he's got medium tanks, artilleries, more medium tanks. He's got everything a man could ever want. But well, you know what he doesn't have? Bases. This is essentially a defense mission. We have to survive long enough that our reinforcements can overwhelm his initial starting advantage in numbers. So let's hunker down. So when it comes to defending, there's 2 important tasks. Number 1, we need to get units in the chokes. These are the chokes, these 2 bridges. Also technically the tile this side of the bridge. We've got to hold these positions forever. Number 2, we need artilleries or rockets, indirect units, so that we can bombard the enemies as they're trying to push through the choke. That is our requirements. Also, I'm going to capture these 2 buildings so I get extra income. Now, I'd just like to point out that you could have played this mission as Max, and if you'd done that, you would have been ripped to shreds. We mentioned before how Max perhaps isn't the best unit. Sorry, Max. Isn't the best character in the game. It gets worse here. If you want to try doing this level with Max, it's possible. Sure. But you're relying on ranged units for defense. And Max on ranged unit duty, it's not a good combo. On reflection, Andy may be the best for this mission, but, you know, Sammy's quite good, and Mex can play a decent role in this level, so I'm happy to play Sammy. It's alright, I never needed that. That's probably the single most important unit I had. has gone. Lasted a long time. Okay, if you shoot, you can't also move, which means I can't build something new. But I think it's worth it. It's not great, but if you don't do it, you're going to get hammered. That's also viable. The reason I'm considering this is because the city will give me a defense bonus when he attacks me. One, two, three, 4, 5. A medium tank can move 5, can't it? It can move... Yeah, it can move 5. So if I go here, he can actually hit me with 2 medium tanks. I think I lose my tank in response. It looks kind of dumb, but I think the best play I've got is this. Just to hold the choke on the bridge. Hopefully his 6 strength tanks will attack me back. And that will mean that no one else can get him for a actual direct shot on me. How strong's that? Not very. Good enough, kind of. Okay, here's an odd plan. But just stay with me on this. This tank here is not going to fire. Why? This medium tank will not be able to shoot on me. The AI does not have the brains to move the tank out the way so the medium tank can have a shot. Instead, the tank will shoot, and then both of these tanks will just be sat here, staring at one another. It will buy me extra time. Not too long, because there's not an artillery coming, but it will buy me some time. In the meantime, I need more artillery. Just to show you that, in the base, it's called an artillery. Still not the correct spelling. Don't know why, we've got enough letters. We can spell rockets, but artillery. I'm not getting too much use out of my CO power, am I? But my day-to-day is quite strong as Sammy. With my infantry just being better. I hate how powerful your units are, Kanbei. I really hate it. Okay, that's fine. We'll heal back 2 HP from the city. That was inevitable, but I actually took that hit quite well. Okay, we bought ourselves a turn. Kind of. 3/4 of a turn, maybe. It's time to use those CO powers. Why? No real reason. Finances secured. Right, I'm firing with this. There's no way I'm not. That's sad. I love this lockdown plan we've got going on over here. It's working incredibly well. Kanbei's infantry are miles away, so I don't fear losing my cities, because it's just not going to happen. They're not going to get here for a long, long time. Defensive positions, people. This guy has nothing to do, but that's fine. I could put him there, maybe. Might be slightly better. Sure. Alright, Kanbei, bring it. Oh, this is not good. I forgot this was coming. As if his units weren't powerful enough. It's just such an insane boost. Hang on in there. I think I lose all of my 6 tanks here. Oh no. That was vital that that didn't die. Because there would have been 2 medium tanks coming in. And I would have lost an artillery and a rocket. But we're alright, we're hanging on. That's not the best target you could have gone for, Kanbei, but it works for me. Okay, welcome to prioritization. You cannot hit anything, which means you are going to have to move. You have to choose the best target from basically everything on the screen. Okay. Realistically, who are you going to shoot? Either this, this, or this. You can only really hit this, or this. This seems like the most logical first move. Okay, good start. 0% damage. That's the shot we want to make. No, we'll do this. At least this does something. That's a good 11%. I like it. That was luck coming into play, boosting my damage. Okay, both of the artilleries are pretty low. They're going to shoot, but they're not going to do much. This one's out of range, which is fortunate. I didn't expect to have to think so much. It's so pitiful. If you're wondering why my mechs are doing so little damage, when you're thinking, aren't mechs supposed to be good against tanks? Yes, they are, but Kanbei's CEO power, I believe, gives him a 50% boost to defense, which is absolute bonkers. Nothing in this game comes close to it. By the time where his power is up, it's basically just survival. But I don't have time for that, so we have to actually do something. I'm not shooting down there, I've just got to pray that can hold. What kind of damage do you do? A little bit more. Honestly, I want to leave everything half dead, I think. Leaving a medium tank on 2 is pretty good in this situation, because it's not going to be able to kill my infantry on 4, for example. Down here or up here? Up here and hope. It's gotta be. I could build mechs, but they're just going to get annihilated. I'm going to go to infantry and hope it absorbs some shots for me. And the mechs are going to get built back here. Right, bring it. At least his power's worn off now. You got a lot of money there, Kanbei. That's fine, I don't care about you doing that. Those things die as soon as any tanks blow on them anyway. Absolutely fine. Okay. Hold strong, men. That's it, just survive. I don't care. If one of you makes it through, that's a victory. Hello there. We fought back. Disappointing. I was hoping one would survive there. That's it, we're taking up space. Imagine if you fought in an army and you were told that was your mission. Okay, what we'd like you to do is to try and get in the way. Am I realistically going to do anything? Make some kills? Save some people? No. You're not going to come back alive. But as you're dying, just try to get in the way. This is terrible, by the way. Hang on in there. I'm going to use the CO power for no apparent reason. Let's go. Yeah, that mech still can't get in range. Right. Let me level with you. I don't think I'm winning this. May as well. You're not shooting anything else. I need to work on these medium tanks. They're just too strong. The mechs can at least fight the tanks that I call light tanks. But if I don't start weakening the medium tanks, I'm never going to get through them. I'll shoot something that's on the road because it does a tiny, tiny bit extra damage. Desperate times. That's better than I was expecting. I'll take that. Okay. CO power is helping because it's making the infantry stronger. Nothing really helps. I guess. Maybe he can lure some fire up there whilst he also gets a little heal if nobody does shoot at him. Okay, the infantry aren't interested in fighting because they want to cut off my economy, which is probably the smart move. Because they don't bring much to the fight that medium tanks aren't already bringing. Okay, you drew one tank away. That's about as much as I could have hoped for. Just hold on, lads. The mech spam is coming. It's my last trump card. Nothing but mechs all day, every day. Sammy looks undeterred in her picture. She won't this time, though. Watch. Oh no, she still does. She just doesn't care. She's done with this battle. She doesn't give a damn anymore. Why are you smiling, Sammy? She's lost her mind. One down. These infantry, as in the actual infantry unit, not the mechs, can't do anything anymore. So realistically, they're better off just stopping the cap to make sure I keep my money. Okay, what kind of damage do you do to this? That's great. You're going to die, but what else can I do? You've only got one shot left and I'm not building an APC. Can they have mercy? You know, I just had an idea. And it's a terrible idea. But my situation is terrible as it is. So terrible ideas might be where we're at. Good effort. Seems Kanbei is desperately trying to stop my terrible idea. I was going to make a run for it. Nice join, very smart. I was going to make a run for it and try and cap this. I still might. Okay, keep it coming. We can do this. From this position, I can't build any artillery, because if I build artillery, they'll jump on me. But what I can do is I can keep building mechs for a while, slowly whittle him down, just buy time, and then eventually, which might be next turn, so eventually was a bit grandiose, but eventually I'm going to buy a medium tank. Not yet. It's too soon. But soon enough, I will buy one medium tank. And that one medium tank, hopefully, will help clean up some of the regular tanks that are causing me issues. I'm going to leave this guy here as bait. He looks juicy. He's on the road. He's unprotected. Not even any grass defense. Kanbei has no mercy to give. I miss my city. Still, we baited one tank. That was the plan. His other full-strength tank just decided to defeat the mechs with 5 troops remaining and no bazooka ammo. Now he's taking on the infantry that don't even have bazookas. He's making some poor choices. Damn it, he's got his head back in the game. That's okay. We can live with that. That medium tank is running away for a repair. He's going to run it back to his city to get it healed. I would very much like to stop that from happening. Literally only one of my units can reach. And this relies on luck, I believe. It might not have been luck. I don't know what HP it was on. You see, this is the thing. When it says 11, and I'm targeting something with 2, I don't know if the remaining HP on that tank is... It could be anywhere in the range 11 to 20. So let's say it's 14. I hit for 11 and then I need a little bit of luck. Maybe. Or maybe it had 11 HP and I didn't need any luck. I don't know. But let's forget the what-ifs. Let's just celebrate. $36. I'm going to let this one shoot first. He takes more counter-attack damage because he's in the road. No, I'm going to start with the tree. Oh, Kanbei. You're one tough cookie. Who was it that said that? Max, I think. I was going to say, but I've cracked you. Because I was getting mixed up with the tough nut to crack. And then I remembered you don't crack cookies, and I got very confused. Behold. A tank! Sure. How the tables have turned, Kanbei. He thought he couldn't be beaten. But look at him now, squirming. I wish I had that much money. He's joining his tanks. A desperate move by a desperate man. I suppose this level is supposed to be your lesson on the importance of bases. It does a pretty good job of teaching how strong they are if you can just hold on. Even against a massive force that's staring you down. If you've got bases, the ability to reinforce, just hold on. You've always got a chance. That's a little disappointing. Not convinced I actually got closer. think I mentioned it in passing, but this tactic is called Mech Flood. It's a viable tactic in actual competitive play, to pick Sammy because she has the best infantry, and then to Mech Flood your opponent. If they can get in range, mechs are just very, very cost efficient. They're incredibly good for their price. Unless you're against mass infantry, in which case they're, triple the cost for the same power. But against vehicles, they're good. Because take this, for example. So this is a mech, and this is a medium tank. And I fire upon him like this, and it's 16%, and that sounds terrible. But look at the end result of this combat. He lost 2 medium tanks. What is 2 medium tanks worth? 3,200 credits. I lost 3 mechs. What's that worth? 900 credits. Massive advantage to me. In the numbers, on the field, it doesn't look that good, and you can't always be quite so literal, because you've got a limited number of units you can deploy per turn, etc, etc. But you see what I'm going with this. Mechs are really cost efficient if they can connect. They're just a bit slow. You know what, I'm not even going to use my tank. I'm going to beat this man down with mechs. How does it feel, Kanbei? You had such an advantage. There's no way you should have lost this. And yet here we are. More mechs. I see the frustration upon your brow. But it's not over yet. That's right, more mechs. You will know despair. Alright, I've had my fun. Kill this man. Kanbei, you're a seasoned general. Have you never had a base before in your life? Look at that technique score. That's what we live for. Nice one, Sammy. I knew I could rely on you. Basically a bit of a shambles, that mission. But we made it through, and that's what counts. Why do you start on no? It's more like it. So next time we're going to finish conquering Yellow Comet. For some reason. We're against Kanbei again. Maybe this time he'll take Sonia's advice. If he does, will we ever manage to defeat him? What if Kanbei had a base? Good lord. It's not worth thinking about. Next time, we'll carry on. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I shall. See you then.